Hey folks, welcome back to the Restaurant Show. I am so excited to be back here at Brennan's Cellars over on the far west side of Madison. I'm joined now by owner Tim and Chef Adam. How are you guys?
Great.
Thanks for having us back. We're great. So Tim, one of the questions that we had kind of talked about before we started here is now that you are Brennan's Cellars, you have some things that you offer that maybe weren't available when it was Brennan's. Can you tell us about some of those new things?
Yeah, just one of the key things was we really wanted to improve or expand upon our meat and deli offerings.
Right.
And with that comes sort of a lunch draw. And with that, we needed a solid lunch menu, including sandwiches and things that people can come in for that they traditionally may not have. And with that, we brought Adam aboard to create the menu and other prepared foods, and it's been a hit. So far, so good.
Awesome, very good. Well, we're excited to see one of those sandwiches today. Chef Adam, what are we going to try?
So this right here is our signature grilled cheese. We've actually got a whole grilled cheese menu here. I've got about 6 different kinds of grilled cheese, one for pretty much each person. You know, they all highlight the cheese that we use here. You know, we're completely known for our cheese. Anybody you talk to about Brennan's, well, that's the first thing that comes out of their mouth. So this one here is called the Bucky Basil, and this is actually the first sandwich that I made up when I first talked to Tim and I asked him what he wanted for the food here. I was just trying to get a gauge on it. He had said, I really want a grilled cheese menu. Farmer basil cheese.
All right.
So this one here is definitely our most popular. I start with sourdough bread right here.
Okay, good.
This is one of our signature cheeses here. I don't think I've ever seen another farmer basil cheese anywhere else.
It is exclusive to Brennan's. It is a collaborative effort between Brennan's and Decatur Dairy. So we do source the basil, and he does the production. And
oh wow, okay.
So it is sort of one of a kind.
Farmer basil cheese, only available at Brennan's. Right, that's cool.
So we start with the farmer basil, which by the way, we actually do even pluck this basil here for this cheese.
Wow.
Then we have marinated tomatoes. So Brennan's is always had great tomatoes all year round.
Right.
We've always had great ones. So I just wanted to make it a little bit better. So what we do is we actually marinate it with some fresh garlic, extra virgin olive oil, fresh cracked pepper, and a little bit of salt.
That looks good.
Okay, yeah, right. And then the next thing we do is we kind of beef up the basil here. So we've got some fresh basil. Depending on the time of the year, we get it from a different farmer here or there. You know, this time of year, obviously, you know, basil's not in season anymore.
Sure.
But when we can, we do.
Right, okay.
And then the next thing we do is we do some arugula. And what this does is it adds a nice little peppery bite and freshness to this. You know, one of the things about grilled cheeses, and if you ever look at the menu, you'll notice with all mine, is I try to have a balance, because I feel like for me personally, grilled cheese is just, it's so heavy. So you know, it's one of those things. This is a grilled cheese that you can eat, you get done, and you actually are like, wow, I'm not lethargic. I feel really great. You know?
I don't need to block off the rest of my day for a nap.
Exactly.
So,
perfect.
And you even double layer the cheese on both sides.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, I mean, it is a grilled cheese.
Okay.
So after that, put the sourdough on there, and then we use here for all. And I didn't show it with the last time you were in here with the Cuban, but we actually use clarified garlic butter to press all our sandwiches.
Clarified garlic butter, okay.
Yep, and that's one of the things that's kind of like the secret to it. Most people don't know, we don't really talk about it, but it definitely makes a huge difference.
Okay, very good. So then this goes into the press and then it comes out, and we're gonna see it right now here. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful color.
Yeah.
Now is that the butter that kind of gives it that color?
It's the butter and it's the bread. You know, we actually did the state grilled cheese championship, and we actually took him a first place for the dessert one. But
no kidding.
One of the things when I was looking it up, you know, how to make good grilled cheeses is you really need a good sourdough that has like no preservatives in it. You know, it's got to be.
That's the key.
Yep, that's the key. And then if you do, again, like the Cuban.
Ah, yes, I remember that. I remember that. So let's give it the test here.
Yep.
Audible. Not so much.
Not so much.
All right, so then how do you slice it? I mean, I remember you had a trick with the Cuban.
I'm going to tell you, I don't really overthink this one too much. Okay. I got to make sure that everybody's going to do the same thing, so we just do a nice long bias here.
There you go. That's called a bias cut.
Yep. And then what we do.
Oh, look at that.
That's our Bucky basil.
Wow. Wow, that is really cool. I'm going to taste that in just a second here. I'm going to let it cool off just for a little bit. So now, you know, I think one of the things that we talked about in the last time we were here is that all of these sandwiches are made to order.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, it's not something where, you know, you go to a grocery store and you pick up a pre-made sandwich, and you know, it does the job, it fills you up and whatever. But these sandwiches are fresh and made to order.
Absolutely.
So, what is your? I mean, what is the wait time typically? I mean, it can't be more than a few minutes, though.
So typically speaking, when you come in, you'll see me or someone else.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you order a sandwich, and then it takes us about, we tell everybody, 7.5 minutes. And it's, honestly, it's pretty much right on the dot. You know, it's one of those things that it's not for everybody, you know, the wait time. But then again, you know.
But it's worth it because, I mean,
exactly. You're not going to go anywhere else and get good food for, you know, 2 or 3
And they're
minutes.
good size sandwiches.
Yeah, they are, for sure.
Almost 2 meals for some people, which then I can say that for myself, but that's not the case.
Half a meal for you, or?
That's
It's a good
half a
meal.
meal, right.
Okay, gotcha. I love the tomatoes in there. Wow.
Right? Yeah. Yep.
I love marinated tomatoes. You guys do a nice job with that.
Thanks.
Very good. What are some of the? You mentioned a dessert grilled cheese. Tell us a little bit about that, real quick.
So we don't actually offer that here. It's something that we're gonna put on, but we, you know, Tim brought it up to me pretty much. What was it, like 3 months before it happened? He's like, "There's a grilled cheese competition. You want in?" So I start looking into it, and the dessert one is the most competitive one out of all of them for the professional
dessert
level.
grilled cheese.
Yeah, it's like some of them only have 10 people joining. You can join each one like separately.
Okay.
The dessert one had the most people by far. So, you know, we did it with you know, like a strawberry compote, hazelnuts, our shortbread, a chamomile butter. It was super good. You know, it was one of those things that we'd like to do it, but unfortunately, because of the nature of the press with the garlic butter, we've got to figure out a way that we can do it without putting the savory into it. You know,
so maybe coming soon. We can hope
coming soon.
Okay,
sure.
But you have such a variety of other sandwiches and grilled cheeses that are available.
Exactly. Yeah.
Great food here, Chef Adam. Thank you so much again.
Absolutely.
And Tim, good to see you. And don't go away. There's more Restaurant Show coming up after the break, so stick around.